Just a second. Who is the PO for today meeting? Is it Akanksha, right?
I'll be the presiding officer. You can just call me on stage.
Okay, thank you.
Nati here, okay?
Okay, got it. Good evening, guests and fellow Toastmasters. A warm welcome to today's meeting of the Toastmaster Club of Lucknow. I am Toastmaster Kshitija, your surrogate at the arms for this evening. The evening will run for 2 hours from 4 to 6 p.m. You are expected to stay for the entire duration. Let me begin by stating the mission of our club to provide a conductive, supportive, and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Be- Before we begin, a few guidelines. Please keep your microphone muted when you are not speaking. Unmute only when asked by the Toastmaster of the day or uh, topics master. Please avoid any public chat conversation while someone is speaking as it may distract them. To volunteer during table topics, simply raise your hand. Also, watch out for the green, yellow, and red timer cards on the screen. And at the end of every segment, please cast your ballot when the polls appear. I also request everyone to refrain from any derogatory remarks on religion, politics, or any sensitive topics. As a club, we believe in diversity and inclusion. Let us keep this space respectful and welcoming for all. Now, it is my pleasure to invite our presiding officer for today's meeting, uh, Smriti. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shtija. By the time I set myself for camera, can you please give a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Kshitija for starting the meeting and setting the norms, the guidelines, so that the transition of the meeting will be an easy peasy way. Welcome each and one, everyone to this particular meeting once again. My name is Smriti Sagarika Mahanti. I will be the acting presiding officer for this particular meeting. Okay, on that note, I hope I am visible as well to each one of you. Okay, great. Welcome each and everyone to the Toastmasters Club of Lucknow, an exciting meeting where we will always try to adapt to different variety of the same, where we try to experiment a bit with whatever we have. Now that's what Toastmaster and in general life is all about, where we try to experiment and experience a lot of things. We also try to show resilience when we see difficult time, yet we decide to at least come back, like a mini Toastmasters meeting where we have slight scarcity of role taker. Having said that, few people, and specifically I can say 7 people, decided to show up on a Sunday evening afternoon to ensure that we are working on our communication skills. We were working on the skill of showing up, and we're also working on something called collaboration. That's the beauty of Toastmaster. It's 1924 was the year when Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, a visionary leader, decided to have a Toastmasters meeting with a combination of few countable members. And today, while we are here, we have crossed 100 plus years of legacy, and we are still trying to continue with the same, working on our communication, networking, and leadership skills. Thank you once again for everyone to join here. And you are not just joining any club, you are joining a distinguished club. A club becomes distinguished when its members, visiting Toastmasters, supporting leaders, work together to ensure that the club is not only working, it is thriving and striving at the same time. So, once again, I welcome each one of you to this particular meeting. Stay there, enjoy, and be a part of this beautiful experience along with us. Now, I'm not the one who will do the speaking. Today, we have Toastmaster Akib taking up the role of the Toastmaster of the Day, a dedicated individual who will help us to facilitate the entire show. I can say something about Toastmaster Akib, a very I get in a very, let me put it like that. A person with good communication with a slight touch of humor is what my experience has been with Toastmaster Akib. A person who is always there to show up, a person who is always there to voice out his opinion openly. So, Toastmaster Akib, looking forward to your beautiful topic and this particular meeting all put together. I give the stage over to you to run the show. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Presiding Officer Toastmaster Shruti. Smruti, sorry, I can't be wrong. Awesome. Let's get started. I always love this small group of meetings whenever there are 5, 6 people, because that is where you can very easily convey your ideas, convey your thoughts. Today we have that moment, and we can all utilize our time to navigate through the theme today, which is wisdom unfolded. What I've done is I have taken out some of the philosophy from very popular philosophers, and let me know if you are able to see my slides. Right?
Yes,
My
we can.
slides are visible, right? Awesome. So, and why I've chosen them, because these philosophers were mainly who influenced me when I was reading some of the content, and I'm not a philosopher at all. I just read some of the quotation and started feeling and started getting attracted. So I've read a lot on Khalil Gibran, and how many of you have really worked or really read some of the content by Khalil Gibran? Quick raise of hands. And today's meeting will be very like uh, engaging, and you can feel free to be unmuted and keep talking. Like there is no point keeping yourself muted today. So anybody who have read on Khalil Gibran or something, Chandna, I see.
I have read a few quotes. I wouldn't
Good.
say I've read any specific article or something like that, a book or something. But
Mhm.
yes, a couple of quotes online sometimes you come across that I have.
Awesome. Uh, Khalil Gibran is the only philosopher who is like very recent time philosophers. He comes from Lebanese origin, but he ended up in America. And he has been influencing a lot of youngsters these days. All the other philosophers that we all will read, they're before Christ, like they are in 334, 400 BC earlier. But Khalil is somebody who has been like around 1300, 1400 kind of year. One of the quotation, and we'll be discussing more about the quotes from these three guys, but let me talk about Aristotle as well. So he's a Greek philosopher. We all have seen this thinking one, that how the Greek gods were. So Aristotle, as somebody who has laid the foundation of Western logic, he was more into ethics and science. Uh, he also felt like a good life can be lived only like when you live your life with reason and virtue. He was not somebody without, like, he wanted us to have a logic and reasoning in everything that we do. Third one that I've chosen today, which I'll be talking, is Confucius. And until today, I didn't know that he was Chinese, but he was a Chinese philosopher. Like a lot of us, we are like Aristotle, Confucius, and all these guys. We think that they're mostly from uh, West and Middle East kind of area, but he was a Chinese. So he's a Chinese teacher. He was a philosopher. His ideas were mostly on moral character, social harmony, and how his learning actually shaped East Asian civilization for a very long time. So one of his very popular quotations were, life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. I have related it with a lot. Like life has been so easy for us, isn't it? Like h- earlier we were living in villages and we had ample of money. I was talking in another meeting as well. Like people were earning good enough to have their home, to commute to nearby shop and get food for the whole year. They didn't have to work throughout the year. They were only working during those seasons. Kids were studying. Everybody was healthy. There was no diabetes. All of these. But slowly and gradually, we got into this mess, which is sold as a progress, a growth, wherein you have to work constantly 24 by 7. Your better half also have to work 24 by 7 in the name of growth. Then you earn money to spend only for 2 days. And with all the earning that you're making throughout this continuous working and taking a lot of stress, you can't buy a house of your own. You can't have a leisure life. You like never be a day that you can say, hey, this day I'm not working. For this 1 month, I cannot work. That's not how we're built now. Only in this rat race that we have gotten ourselves. So I think he was really right that we have tried making it so complicated, and it is purely simple. Like you can just live in a very small village, and even with smaller activities, you can take care of your uh, living and livelihood. So these are the three people that we are going to talk, and we'll be talking more. This is the slide I should have switched earlier. So yeah, Khalil Gibran came in around 1883, 1931. Like we got independence in 1947. So he's like very recent uh, philosopher. Then we have Aristotle, 384, virtue and all. And I've always seen this statue of him, very popular, quite popular. And this Confucius, which is even older than Aristotle, like reverse 550 BC, but China. I will share one thought for now and then we'll move on to the meeting. This is, and when I share this is very common. I have used it a lot whenever like I got some success. When I got my first job, this is the post I had written with this quotation. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. But I would request you to absorb this and think of a habit which really defines you, which really helps you get better, like something which has really helped you succeed. And it's not an act, it's like it is within your life itself. So think of that thought. I will not ask, but if you can just give me the words, I'll just note it down and we'll talk about it later in the meeting. Quick thoughts.
If I may add, Akib.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, since you mentioned that when you reached somewhere and you started posting something, this is like your first post or something. So I remember one thing when I felt that I reached somewhere and some attained something in life. I used to say a word which still it is there close to my heart and I believe it. And at the same time, I use a phrase quite often, and I'm unfortunate I'm yet to discover who actually spoke about that particular proverb or the metaphor. It says like life is a matter of choices. The choices you make makes you, or the choices we make makes us. So the choices is the word which I want to offer here. And every day we wake up, that's a choice. We decide to show up, that's a choice. So it's a choice which we make, and it defines our entire day, life, career, or whatever we want to name it. So that's my humble submission here. Over to
You
you.
would go with the word choices.
Correct.
Claude helped me with the person who said, so it is John C. Maxwell who has told about life is a matter of choice. So let us make this meeting more engaging. Akansha, what do you think of this quotation? Like, what is that one habit? And let's be more engaging, like not get distracted today because there's a lot to talk, there's a lot to discuss and learn. So quick words.
Okay, so to form a habit, a repetition, as you already mentioned, is a must. And the most recent thing which I have started doing is making a gratitude journal. So once a day, I put a line of what I felt was great, and it made me feel grounded and humble. And this was shared by one of the speakers in our college 3 days back. So it's been 3 days only, but I am very much liking it already, and I'm looking forward to do it from now on as well. Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Love this. Gratitude journal is something which I also started writing way back. This is good. Anybody else? Manvi, what do you think of it? Chandana, yeah, please go ahead.
I just want to share uh, two things I will say. One, of course, in answer to your first question, uh, what is that thought which we work on? So for me, it's learning at all times. In any way, keep learning something or the other. Keep doing something which will probably make you better than what you were yesterday, in whatever small way. So my being here today is also part of that only. And in addition to that, this gratitude journal thing is something which, as you said, I had also started. And as Akanksha just mentioned, she's been doing it for 3 days, past 3 days. I started it last year and I continued for some time. And then somewhere it, went back in the hurried pace of life, which we call, so-called progress, as Rakib was mentioning in the beginning. But in that, we tend to forget. So thank you, Akanksha, for reminding me once again. And I have to go back on that gratitude journal once again. Thank you.
Awesome. There is this very common quote, and I can't recall the exact quotation, but it basically talks that if you have the ability to see the beauty in things, then good things happen. Like when people are really negative and they're not finding the good in whatever is happening in their life, then they can only see the negative part of it and everything like negative accumulates. But when you start looking at the positive aspect of whatever is happening, and that happens through this journal, is that you will start admiring all the good things that are happening to you, and it stimulates a lot of good stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly talk about what is going to happen in today's meeting. Today's meeting is a little different now that you have already seen. There is no barrier of muting and unmuting. I've already made it clear earlier that whenever we are talking, let's just talk, let's just engage. We don't have much time, so we'll just talk quickly and move on with a lot of thoughts that I have and I want to share with all of you and learn from each other. Like the gratitude thing which has come up, I think it will help me, Chandana, to go back to that again because we left. So that is how we are going to engage today. We don't have any speaking session today. There are no speakers, which is a good thing. I get more time to speak. Then we have table topic master, and we are expecting to have little longer session on table topics as well, wherein we can all sharpen our impromptu speaking skills to get better. And then we will have general evaluation at the end, which will be carried out by general evaluator, Toastmaster Anup. So I would request Toastmaster Anup to come on this dais and share introduction of the role.
Hello everyone. So today I'm acting as general evaluator for this meeting, and as general evaluator, my job is primarily, as Akib mentioned some time back, we achieve excellence by doing things more often. And I think at Toastmasters, we take evaluation very, very seriously so that we can take constructive feedback and build on this, right? So that has been there. I think what Smriti also mentioned, from last 100 odd years, this has been a very, very important section where evaluation is being provided to all members, how they can improve their communication and leadership journey in Toastmasters Club. So I'll be acting as general evaluator for today's meeting, and I'll come back at post closer of table topics, and I'll share the feedback. In order to assist me in doing this role, I have also have a team with me who will be assisting us and sharing feedback on specific areas. So I have Smriti, who's also taking role of timer for today's meeting. So I would request if Smriti, you can come across and brief everyone about your role and responsibilities.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anup. Well, as a timer today, it will be my utmost responsibility to make sure that we are not only investing our words in quantity, but also we are investing it with a quality purpose. And quality comes handy when we have a dedicated timer in place. So I'll keep the time check and I will show the time by changing the color cards in my Zoom background. Today we will have table topic segment, which will be where a speaker will get 1 to 2 minutes to speak, express their thoughts on the given topic. At 1 minute, you will see the green card. 1.5 minutes, the yellow and red minutes, the red, sorry, at 2 minutes, the red card. Now, interestingly, when it comes to table topic contest or it comes to the speech handbook of Toastmaster International, a speaker gets 30 seconds after the red card to wrap up their particular speech. But bare minimum, we have to speak for a minute so that we can do justice to the given topic. I'll come back with a dedicated report once called upon by the general evaluator toward the last leg of the meeting. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster Anup.
Thank you, Toastmaster Smriti, for that brief. I'm sure all of us are going to keep a note and keep a check on our time on specific areas. Now, I would like to invite Toastmaster Chandana, who's acting as grammarian for today's meeting. So, Chandana, if you can come across and help us with your role and word of the day for the today's meeting.
Okay, hi. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for the warm welcome here. This is my first time here. So in my role as the grammarian, I would try to pay attention to all the speakers and listen carefully to their language and the usage. And I take note of any outstanding words, any quotes, any specific sayings or thoughts which are interesting. And also I will try to highlight if there is any improper usage of the language. As a grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day, and which is what I just now realized, because in my previous club, we used to have a word master of the day separately. So I do not have a word handy as of now. Let's proceed like that. My request will be, let's proceed like that for this meeting, and next meeting onwards, I will try to ensure and be ready with the word of the day. Thank you. And back to you, Toastmaster Anu.
Thank you, Chandana. Thank you for that brief. Since we do not have any R counter for today's meeting, Manvi, can you take that role, or I can also. Sorry, yeah.
I can do that. I can add the R counters role as part of my grammarian. Okay, is that all right?
That's absolutely fine. If you can also brief about that role, that would help.
Yeah, sure. Sure. So as the R counter, my role would be to keep track of any filler words, things like which right now I think I'm also using, because, and it goes on to show that there's been a gap in my Toastmaster journey. So I will keep track of that, and I will share that with the team as and when I'm called for the report by the general evaluator. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chandana. Thank you for helping us with that additional responsibility in order to conduct this meeting in a meaningful way. So thank you. Thank you for all the support. Now we'll come back with the detailed report at last leg of this meeting, and for the time being, I'll again hand it over to Toastmaster Akib because I don't see any prepared speeches today. So it is more about TMOD and table topics. So I hope we'll have a productive meeting. So back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Akib. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ranok. And apologies, I was not able to give intro of general evaluator because I do not have one. What I've seen Anup so far is very sincere, and he's somebody who will go an extra mile to attend a meeting. That's what I can tell, because one of the meeting he joined through phone and he was trying to answer a lot of table topics and stuff. So good to have you here. So as I said, today we don't have any boundary, and we will be going on round robin basis. I don't want to call the names. I would request people to just unmute and speak of what they feel like. I'm just sharing my screen. First one, we already spoke on. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. And second quotation is again from Aristotle, which says happiness is the meaning and purpose of life, the whole aim of human existence. Let me go back a little bit. Yes. And I have a very contradictory view on happiness. Like, I don't feel like, I feel like happiness is overrated. Like, just for happiness, people are doing so much. But what do you guys think? Like, you can just share your thoughts quickly, and then we can move on to the next topic, next quote, which has to be defined better and understood differently. So anybody who wants to share his thought, her thought with us.
Can I go
Yes,
first?
Chandana. Yep.
Okay, so this is a topic which is close to my heart because, and I'm surprised when you say that you think it is overrated. When I was young, ever since I was in school, and that is the time generally we all ask the children, what do you want to be when you grow up? So this is a question which was put up to me also as a child. And each and every time I remember, there was no other thought in my mind except to say happy. What do you want to be? I want to be happy. That was the only answer I used to give. And at that point of time, I was too young to, think or kind of understand or put reasons to why I was saying that. But that continued. That aim, that search for happiness continued till the time I realized that I'm searching in the wrong places. I'm searching for that purpose and that meaning, which the screen just now in that Aristotle's statement says. I'm searching it in people. I'm searching it in my achievements. I'm searching it in my assets. And that is why probably I kept on searching till the time I realized that I have to stop that search and I have to start looking inwards. And probably then I still say probably, because that search still goes on. And I think it's okay. It's okay for us to keep searching, because then that keeps you alive, that keeps you seeking. And that seeking attitude has to be there at all times in all of us. At least that's what my feeling is. So
Awesome.
in today's date, I do believe that, okay, it was the wrong places I was looking for happiness, but the search for happiness still continues. Probably I find that now, or I realize that, or I'm looking for it in additional learning now, or being with people who make me happy, being in a place, being in a forum where I feel happy being part of. For example, this Toastmasters platform.
Exactly.
So happiness is still the quest,
Okay.
but the areas of search have kind of, gone to a different direction. I hope the right
Exactly.
direction. Thank you so much.
Exactly. And I'll share my thought on why I feel it is getting rigged these days. But let's hear from others. Let's hear from Akansha.
So purpose is like a fuel in their life.
Yes.
If we don't have purpose, it's like driving without any destination in mind. So for me, purpose has to be there, and that purpose will make you drive, that will make you hungry and to fight for it, to achieve that. So that's my take on purpose. And also, in addition to that, if you are able to fulfill that purpose, that will make you happy. So it is interrelated. Thank you.
Thanks. I haven't heard Kshitija say anything except SA script. So, Kshitija, what is your thought on happiness? Sorry, I don't want to call out people. I just wanted you to be proactive and like, let this session running.
Sure, sure. Uh, Happiness for me, to be honest, I'm still looking for like what is happiness. I really don't know what is happiness. Initially, I was like, it's something I achieved. For me, it wasn't happiness, but till now, I like my experience has been that this this is something that this is never ending thing, achievements, failure. So I really don't wanted to stuck in this, and I wanted to look after happiness within me, uh, doing something which I like my hobbies, uh,
Mm-hmm.
spending time with people I love and people who love me, and this is happiness for me. Yeah, that's all.
Awesome. Thanks, Kshitija.
Thank you.
We had three people speak on this topic, and we'll take Smruti's thought in the next quote, but I'll share why I feel happiness topics are overrated. Like, I think we are searching for happiness in wrong places. As Toastmaster Chandana also said, we are looking for dopamine hit basically. People are spending their time sitting on couch, getting a lot of dopamine hit through Rails, which is not the real happiness. You are trying to get rid of some of the pain, some of the sadness you are having. If like it, it has become kind of comfort approval. Like yes, yes, I'm doing this for my happiness. You don't want to eat something which is not healthy for you, but no, I'm doing it for my happiness. That is the problem I have with happiness. Like we all should search for contentment. We all should search for real satisfaction with whatever we do, and do not search for something which is, of course, giving you immediate relief, immediate pleasure, but it is not long-term content. So that is why I feel little differently. But let's jump on, and nobody is right and wrong in this philosophical stuff. But this one is amazing, and this one is something which took time for me itself to understand the topic. I had to search when I heard it first time. Your childrens are not your children, they are lives longing for itself. And I would request people to help decipher this quotation for me.
Let me once again uh, share my experience or share my views on this, because once again uh, this quote was at the forefront of my mind. It helped me take a decision at one point of time. So when I have one son, he's in college now, and when he wanted to start for his college studies, that is after his 12th, he wanted to do a particular I mean, he wanted to opt for a particular stream, and I wanted him to go for another stream. And this tussle went on for quite some time. We were, fighting and arguing, and almost 2 months I spent trying to convince him to go for the stream which I wanted him to take. And he kept on saying no. And he was not trying to convince me for the area which he wanted to study in, but he just kept saying no to what I wanted him to do. And that is what, after 2 months of that, it was a big stress for me at that point of time, because generally we as parents, we start believing, and this is where the statement comes, that these children are our responsibility at all times. This is what we feel. And at some point of time, we are looking to achieve whatever we could not achieve in our lives through our children. So one fine day, after those 2 months of tussle, I was just sitting in the night and I was just thinking, what is going to happen and what will he study and how will he survive and how will he manage to take care of himself and what will happen in the future? All these questions which nobody has an answer to at that point of time. But I was thinking of all those things. And that is when I actually remembered this Khalil Gibran quote: your children are not your children. So don't try to rule them. Don't try to force your views on them. Don't try to live your life through them. Let them be, let them live their own lives. And I actually agreed to, next day only, I agreed to whatever he wanted to do. And today he's doing that, what he wanted, the studies which he wanted to take up, he's doing that. I will not say that I'm very happy about it, but I have kind of, told myself that it's my job as a parent to take care of my child. It's my job to help him, support him as much as I can, but I will not be living my life through him. So that is exactly my take on this. I hope that I can, continue that thought pattern, that thinking also.
Got it.
I've taken a little longer for this, but just wanted to share my views. Thank you so much.
No worries. Awesome take, Rosna Chandra. Let's hear it from Smruti.
First and foremost, thank you, Akib. Today, I had this enlightenment from this particular meeting that this beautiful quote is from Khalil Gibran. I have to do something about remembering the person's name that I need to really strongly work upon. And this particular quote, I got to know the exact quote today because I was partially aware regarding the quote. But this quote is, I can say, an everyday dining table discussion at my home. Every day, every single day, maybe 4 or 5 times a day, because me and my partner, we strongly believe on the concept of detachment in parenting. It is very important. Experiencing from our life, from our neighbor's life, or maybe the peer's life around, it is not a bad thing. Detachment doesn't mean disrespecting anyone. It is about rather respecting the other individual, respecting the choices which they are making. Your child might fail tomorrow, like fail miserably tomorrow, but it will be their learning, it will be their life, it will be their story which they can share to their future generation. So yeah, I beautifully second. Even I loved what Chandana shared, that yeah, give that opportunity for them to experiment something, even though you are not happy, you are not content with the thought of it, but at least you are also trying, you are also learning in that entire process. A beautiful quote by a beautiful individual, and thank you, Akib, for letting me know the person's name. So I'm quite fond of this particular thought, and I totally agree with the same. Thank you.
Awesome. Hope Rin is not disturbing with my audio. But yeah, Bangalore is raining again, so it's good. So both of you have really explained well what the topic is and how Khalil Gibran is trying to tell is, of course, these kids and your children, they come through you. Do not consider them as your own extension. They have their own separate soul. They have their own thought, and of course, like there is a problem because love and ownership sometimes feel similar from the inside. Like when you love someone, you feel ownership for it. You want to be responsible for that, and you actually go on to shape it all together. Like, no, you should become a doctor. No, you should become a engineer because you have that ownership, which is wrong. And Khalil Gibran says, love them fully, but hold them loosely. Love them fully, like give all your love and respect to them, but you have to give them that freedom, give the extension that they can go anywhere that they want to do in their life. It is again on parenthood, as uh, Chandana also spoke about her kid, and we also have a kid. So for parents, this becomes a real good topic to understand.
Toastmaster Akib, in fact,
Yes.
even I would love to
Okay.
add
We'll share.
my.
Yeah.
So, as Toastmaster Chandana mentioned, parents' view, I wanted to share the child's view.
Awesome. Yeah, that.
Yeah. So, as a child, I loved maths. Although I failed terribly at one point of time, but with repetitive efforts, I got better at it, and really loved it, and I wanted to pursue it, but uh, my parents were very conservative with that, and eventually I had to take that profession in which I never wanted to go. And after 5 periods, no, not 5 period, but after 7 years of time, I am eventually switching my career. So basically, a lot of the time got wasted, is what I think. And I really feel very, very bad about that. But that's okay. Even that's a learning. I just wanted a love without possession and guidance without control. That's my take on it.
Awesome. Now that Akansha has brought out this other view, I will also like to say my view. I was having conversation with my father one day that how people turn out to be eventually is what they always wanted. Although you force them to do stuff, slowly and gradually they'll find their way and they'll do what they wanted to do. For example, I bought a car which my parents told me to. I didn't like it. After a year, I've sold that out and I've bought something which I like. And so he was saying that there are a lot of politicians whose kids are around doing politics. Some of them are excelling in that, some of them are not. Some of them have not got out and they're not doing anything. So I was talking about one of the politicians, which is like he comes as like forced politician, like family is forcing them to do. And then my father was like, if there is a willingness under him, and if he really wanted to become a politician, he would do it without any external forces. And even after so much of push, he's coming out this well, which means he's not. Eventually, he'll come out of it. Later, he'll come out of that game because he's not into it. So, yeah, parents, whatever you force, eventually the children's will follow what their soul says. Of course, you are trying to destroy like some portion of the life, but in the end, it will be what they want, what their soul wants. Moving on, this is one of my favorite. out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. So imagine a movie. Imagine a movie wherein you have a protagonist coming out, helping everyone, has everything that is needed. He has good muscles, he has good money, and he is able to do good things for others. You will not like that protagonist. I'm telling you why. There has been a lot of movies wherein people started liking villain. People like things which comes out of certain suffering, which comes out of good amount of struggle, and then shows up with certain achievements. If you're not coming out of suffering, people, like, your character building itself is not happening. And that is again with like my thought is that when people get born with silver spoon, the character is not born with silver spoon. Character will take time. He will have to go through the pain. He will have to go through the suffering, different kind of suffering. He might have to take way more additional stress on some other way, but for the character to come out really well, for the character to truly become his own, it has to go through the pain, it has to go through the suffering, and once people go through that, then is the real stuff which comes out. That is my thought, but let's hear from Anup on what he thinks on this one.
Hello. Yeah, it was Masraku. So I think if I just go by the code, then all the great people, I mean, whosoever you see, or all of us see around us, whether it is business, politics, film, all of them have started from the very basic, right? And all of them have started their journey with some kind of adversity, and that actually helps to define the character, the grit, the kind of people they become over the period of time. So I mean, I have seen so many personal experiences also. So my grandfather passed away at a very early age, right? So my grandmother was the only one who was there at home, and my father was just 2.5 year old. And my uncle, he was only 6 months old, and this is way back, I think, in 60s. So it was very difficult for her to grow these two kids. And my grandmother also got married at a very early age, the way it used to happen in India. So she was also not, she was just 15. But I've seen all the hardships what she has gone through. She was very determined that I have to raise my kids with a lot of integrity, lot of wisdom, and they should not compromise on education bit. So she did all the hard work. I mean, managing all those farms, doing all kind of stuff. But that is what helped. That is what defined her personality over a period of time. The kind of adversities what she has gone through, I think that reflected in her personality, and over the period of time, I could also see and sense that within parents also. So within that adversity, it helped them define their character, personality, and all of them stood by that, and they grew, and then they flourished over a period of time. So I think uh, within our lives, there's nobody who achieves anything without going through the hard way, correct? And once you have gone through the hard way, the learning is immense, and you can also uh, results will always be far superior than the regular process. I mean, if you get something through inheritance, that is why we also see that people who get in who inherit a lot of wealth and other things over a period of time, you see those families are not able to hold it, right? That is how we say third or fourth generation is, that is where things, I mean, either it has to it gets changed. So that's a real truth. I mean, whether it is you reflect on any kind of kingdom which used to be there, whether it is Chandragupta, whether it is Samudragupta, any of the lineage, any of the royal families, you'll find after third or fourth generation, it was very difficult for them to to come across, and then you'll suddenly find a hero who comes from a very, very basic, very, very humble background, and they take it up. So I think code stands there, and through our adversity, we also become very close to God, and that is where we also become spiritually more and more strong, and we build on these things. So that's my take on this particular quote, Akib. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for this lovely quote.
Thanks, Anup. I think totally defined, like you really defined well, and you also gave a personal example to it. Now, within Anoop's family and all the great grandparents that he has, the character of her grandmother is pretty massive one, right? Pretty massive one, because of the hardship she has gone through and how she emerged from all of them. Cool. Let's move on to the next. This one looks easy, but I have it as a two section of this. Do I have enough time? Let me just check. Do I have enough time to do this for
Can I
57?
make a small suggestion, please?
Yes.
To your comment about the time, why don't continue this? I think we are enjoying this as talk.
We'll have, yes, yes.
discussing. And the few of us which are, I mean, who are here, we are anyway contributing. So it's appearing as impromptu speaking also, isn't it? That's my take on it. You all can have your views.
Akib, do you have two more quotes to wrap? Is that what I can read from your screen?
I want to do something after
Okay.
this. After this two quotes, I have few thoughts on which I wanted two people want to go with and against and share their thoughts on what they feel like. And that will be like 10-15 minutes kind of stuff.
Okay, then shall we break to the table topic part so that
That
we
is
can
what I was thinking.
like,
That let's complete these two,
warm
then
up?
take the table topic, and then we'll do that session. Yeah.
Absolutely, let's do that.
Cool. This thought is, and again, we have all heard the turtle story, right? Like you have to keep moving, and the moment you stop, it will matter. So, and as long as you keep moving, it doesn't matter whether you are going at 2 km/h or whether you are going 3 km/h, does not matter. The speed doesn't matter, but the continuity does. So let's hear from Manvi.
So, Mr. Smasher Akib, and this was the only quote that I never wanted to speak upon, to be
I
honest.
don't want any leadership related stuff here.
No, I'll not give that. I'll not give that.
Yes.
But from my personal life, I am going slow. If I have to accept it, I am neither married nor have a job. I am not studying, and my parents are fed up of whatever I am doing in Toastmasters. Even though I am going slow because I switched my field from a specific domain to from biology to psychology. I made all the basics. I went into experiencing in edtech startups, internships, and whatnot. They still believe at the specific age at which I am, I should be married. I should have a good job. I should maybe have 1 or 2 years old kid with me and a well settled family. And according to them, I have nothing in kitty. But what I know is whatever I am doing, may it be studying, may it be creating basics, may it be experiencing, will for sure help me in coming future. Just because what society and the environment we are in, they want something, I personally don't want to go ahead with what society is saying. That is where I am consistent with my thoughts, my experiences, and even though I am going slow as per the society's timeline, I know I'll go long as per my timeline because I am creating what I love to do. So that was the take on this specific topic from my side.
Awesome. Awesome Toastmaster Manvi. And for me, this topic is like when I was in class 1 or 2, uh, my teacher name was Birendra Lala, very old guy. He left long back. what he would always say, he would come to the English class and would say, you don't have to remember 5 words. Don't have to remember 5 vocabulary, just 1 vocabulary a day. And then he would say 1 vocabulary a day. How many in a year? So like 365. Next 3 years, approx 1900. That many number of words I'm going to teach you guys. Are you guys ready? Yes, sir. We would remember 2, 3 daily and then we'll forget because we could not go. And it's real tough deal to keep moving. Although it feels like easy because when you are trying to stick with a path, there will be 100 hurdles which will come your way. And there will be certain hurdles which are like totally blowing you away. Like tomorrow, Manvi's father comes, he'll blow her away. Like, no, this is what you have to get married to. And she can't stop. Idea is to keep showing up as much as we can. And with my own fitness journey, I have seen 2.5 injuries so far. 2 injuries which were real. Half because I'm feeling again some pain. And every time my injury hit, it's like 1 year stop for my fitness. And then I try to rebuild myself. Then I try to show up. I take membership of the gym. I take membership of the racket classes. I do it for some days, but again, I get back pain. I get some issue in the bone. But just because I've been showing very constantly, I still look younger. My real age is almost closer to my visceral age. If you guys do not know about visceral age, like everybody who is living in India, like our lifestyle, obese lifestyle that we have, you can easily add 10 years in your life as visceral age. Like go to a body mass analyzer, check your real age, check your visceral age. It'll be 10, 15 years. Mine is very closer. Just because I've been showing up, it's really close but I go through a lot of pain to do that. So Confucius said he left long back in BC. It's really tough to hinge on to that. It's really tough to keep moving. Last one. Last one is really good. And this is for somebody who is like trying to do something big, and somebody who is like wondering what he should do. Somebody who is like lost on what he should do. Is like this quote is really good. It says, the man who asks a question is fool for a minute. He who does not ask is a fool for life. I'll give my view later, but the dais is open. Anybody who wants to go and speak can speak.
I'll add something, Akib.
Yep.
Till now, I thought it's my grandmother who wrote this particular quote because he repeatedly said this, like till the time she was alive. And what she used to quote, because even my grandmother never been to school, but she learned from the institute called the Society. Again, a single woman who raised not only her 8 kids, but neighboring kids, which all put together 17 kids at the same time. That's how the powerful. So I was relating with the Toastmaster Anup when he was sharing a lot about his grandmother. So what she used to cite an example, like the great book of Bhagavad Gita, which comes from the Kurukshetra, the Mahabharata. That is also a result because somebody was confused and curiously asking question on that battlefield, and Krishna decided to answer. Hence, the book was written, which people use it as life philosophy or some moral lessons. So it is so important to ask question, even if you feel like, oh, am I going to sound stupid or wrong? Never ever have that particular thought. No question is a stupid question. The person who is unable to answer is a stupid person. So always be curious in knowing things and always ask questions. So thank you again, Akib, for correcting my misconception that my grandmother wrote this quote. Back to you.
Thanks, Smriti. I'm like, I should do this session again and again so that I can help people knowing who said what. But let's hear from others as well. I'm not going to call any name, like if it is coming in your thoughts, anything, you can just spell it out. Nobody? Awesome. So, uh, I was talking to one of my friend, who is highly judgmental. Like as an all Indian, we are all very highly judgmental, and he won't ask questions. And he's like, "Nahi, people will think that I'm foolish." So he goes to my gym. He doesn't know most of the machine or how it works, but he won't ask the question to the trainer. And I was like, whenever we start something new, we are all foolish. When you started learning cycling, you were all foolish. And if you are stopping because others are going to feel foolish, then you will remain foolish for whole life because you will not know how to operate that machine. Then how do you learn? All of us, and I think Toastmaster Chandana was saying that she learns and she tries to keep learning new things, which is good. Idea is not to learn things which will really help you earning or help you doing your daily chores. Idea is to learn how to learn. Just because she is learning one thing after other, she knows how to learn very quickly. Now we're in this age of artificial intelligence, machine learning. People who are not learning quickly, their job roles will go way back. Like if you do not know how to write a prompt, if you do not know how to build a model, if you do not know how to convert your skills into an AI model, things will change for you. So and if you keep feeling foolish, if you do not ask question, then you will remain foolish. Nobody is going to stop that. When we do our work as consultant, we go to discovery sessions. We tell everybody that go ask anything that comes in your mind. No question is a silly question. And if you're feeling like it's very silly, you can give a disclaimer. So we give a disclaimer that this question might be silly, but we have been wondering how to solve this. And what do you call this word? A lot of times you will get acronyms. People call AMF, people call TGF, different companies have their own acronyms. You do not know it. And you're not foolish because of that. Like people have defined their own acronyms in institute, in colleges. Akansha would have heard a lot of acronyms. Now this Gen Zs, they use IG word for I guess. I didn't know this. One of the new employee who came, he was typing IG. I'm like, brother, what does IG stand for? And he might feel that I'm foolish, but I wanted to understand that. Yep. Cool. Let's move on and have table topic from, where is my son? Just a moment. Dr. Akansha, who really said that she has been trying to do stuff, but her intro is in the mobile. My son took off. So, uh, 1 second. Give me a moment. Awesome. We got it back. So, Toastmaster Akansha was born and brought up in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh, completed her graduation from Saraswati Dental College, and she's currently pursuing her MBA at SDA Bokkani Asia Center. She was also a marketing executive at SK Awadh Builders. Apart from academics, she enjoys singing, makeup, artistry, and enjoy volunteering. I can see 3-4 different streams trying to collide each other. One is dentistry, then real estate, now marketing and MBA. So I hope the table topics also will be versatile. Over to you, Toastmaster Akansha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akib. I am your table topic master for today's meeting. Table topic speech is a mini speech for 1 to 2 minutes, and the speaker who speaks less than 1 minute or more than 2 minutes 30 seconds would be disqualified. So, yesterday night was my freshers, which signifies the kickstart of new journey, which is my MBA journey. Every freshers carries a spark of curiosity, gains wisdom through experience, and begins a remarkable new journey. And I want every one of you to think about your freshers experience, be it your UG or PG, and how much wisdom have you gained from that time until now? I wanted all of you to think about that. And the topics will be revolved around that. So I would like to ask that who would like to go first? Toasty?
Can I take it first?
Yes. Okay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akanksha. So you want me to tell you the learnings from the freshers for me?
Yes.
I don't think I will go that much back in history because I think I would be probably too long back, that is. So what I would talk about is another point in life which is like a milestone, and where you are stepping into a kind of a totally new way of life, which is what happens when a person, a student is going through a UG or a PG fresher. So I was working for quite some time in Bombay, and then after almost 15 years of work experience, I moved out of country. As a person, and before that, before I tell you my learnings of that moment or post that moment, I just want to give a bit of a peek into my personality. I'm not a person who likes too much of changes. I'm a very same kind of things I want around me. But I took this decision of moving out of the country, which was a big change for me. Totally new place. I was on my own, just me and my child, taking care, running the house, taking care of the office, everything together. And I realized this is where my learning came from. That it's actually not, I was considering myself too weak. I am not that weak a person. I was able to manage, and I was not only manage, I did a good job of staying on my own. My child is now in college, and he also, by God's grace, will be able to take care of himself. So the thought which I had as a very young Chandana, that I will never be able to stay on my own and take care of myself, was wrong. And so for that applies to all those young minds who feel that probably they cannot. You can do it. You can do it. Just have to try. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chandana, for your take on this topic. So who would like to go next? Toastmaster Manvi. Yes.
Am I clearly audible? Okay, thank you so much. So, I'm not sure about what exactly the learning should be, because while Toastmaster Chandana was delivering her table topic, I was wondering the topic is same. I know my experience. I am into a new life in overall. What should I speak about it? Because whenever we get an impromptu topic, the thoughts actually come out impromptu. But trust me when I say this, one small thing that I learned in the overall experience is something that we speak, or I would say anything that we speak to ourselves, may it be when we are in college, may it be when we are doing jobs, and may it be when we are into our own lives, personal, professional, and whatnot. Every word we speak to ourselves is a spell that creates you, because your body does not know what exactly is good, what exactly is not good. Whatever you will say, your body will accept it. If you will say, I am a procrastinator, your body will accept it and you will continue procrastinating things. If you will say, I am lazy, whenever you want to go for running or to gym, your body will say, you were always lazy, just lie down, have fries and do Netflix and chill. Why do we need to go to gym? Every single word we speak, our body, our brain, our thoughts, our feelings does not know whether it is good or bad. These good and bad differentiation is what we can do. And whenever we do the negative self-talking, and whenever we do the self-talking, try not to be negative. Try making every word you say to yourself positive. And why I am saying this is when I still remember when I did my graduation, I was into freshers. I said I don't want to do biotechnology and I'll not do it. Resulting in I'm not into biotechnology, and that was the same spell that I made in my fresher when I was about to start my course. So Toastmaster Kansha, that was the spell that I made on my freshers day. What is that spell that you made? Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manvi. I think I have not as such made a spell which is way long lasting, but currently I'm uh, trying to learn Excel and uh, trying to survive my MBA journey while learning Excel. Who would like to go next? Toastmaster Akib?
Yep. Do I have the same topic of?
Yes, yes.
Awesome. So my fresher party was a little different. Our college had this not weird, but culture of having freshers party in second year. Have you guys heard of it? Never, right? So there are two fresher parties, official, unofficial. Official organized by the college, unofficial organized by the seniors of that particular department. So I was in mechanical engineering, very rogue department in itself. College did its fresher in the very first month, and when it was supposed to happen, our seniors came in. We all had to look down third button and be in front of them. So they came in and they said, there is a fresher party which is going to happen in 3-4 days. That is not your fresher party. Just go there to complete the formality. We will do a fresher party next year. You guys have to prep for it. And the preparation went on for, I think, a month when the real fresher party happened. What it taught me is to be prepared for things that are coming your way. They did everything so meticulously to plan that day that when fresher happened, we were all content. We were all really happy that okay, this is so good, and we had to go through that suffering for the prep of fresher party. Everybody had to remember their own intro, forced intro. And if I had time, I could give you the intro in itself. The intro had a format. We didn't know anything about format back then. The intro had a format. We all mugged it up, and they were like, when we say speak intro, it should come out in 50 seconds, 52 seconds. After 7-8 years, I was talking to one of my colleague who interviewed me, and she was like, I really liked the way you gave your intro joining this company. I was like, what? Really? What was so fun in that? And then I remembered, oh my God, these guys had kicked us so much for the intro, is that it is helping me even after 7-8 years. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are things which happen in past. You might feel it is weird, you might feel it is wrong, but it does end up being really good in the end.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akib. Toastmaster Smriti, you would like to go next?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akanksha. I was curiously gathering my thoughts while listening to three beautiful speeches, and I must say I'm the luckiest one in this particular room who got a chance to have three freshers during my graduation once, where I stepped into a all women's college. And when I was pursuing my 10 plus 2, I was pretty much clear that I will never opt for only women's college or the only women's college, because I'm doing my education in a co-ed. That's what my arrangement is. But life happened. I've entered that particular atmosphere, and I thank the Almighty, my parents, and everybody who made me take that decision, because that was one of the best freshers party I ever had. Cannot share the details, but I do thoroughly enjoyed it. Second, I got a chance when I was pursuing my post graduation, when I moved to another city, and I witnessed that people of different culture or different state, in Hyderabad to be particular, they have a different arrangement of freshers party. And third, again, life happened when I moved to the US. And here I got an opportunity when I was doing my second master's. I saw a different atmosphere of freshers party. So life gave me enough lessons to learn. But one thing which I learned, that life is what happening with us while we are planning our other plans, while we are planning taking resolutions during our freshers party, that this is how I'm going to spend my entire year. But after completion of every year during my farewell, I understood that no, I was not the same person. I am a different person, quite spoiled one, yet the knowledgeable one in the room. Not the smartest kid though. But that's what life is all about. We start a journey with an assumption, which is a freshers party. But while we progress through the course, during the farewell, we understand where we are. And that's the beautiful part. And accept it. Whatever you have achieved, wherever you have reached, maybe not similar to what you have thought of during your freshers party, but this is beautiful because this is present. And I take it with me in my third farewell as well, which I completed last year. Now that's life. Hope I'll get another freshers party in down the line, and I'll again come with new resolution. But I always accept the farewell party with more sincerity. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster Kaksha.
With so much versatile freshers party, I have a twist for you, Toastmaster Smriti. So the twist is that you have to speak about if your first day of college had a movie title, what would it be?
The movie title will be This Is It. And the it is something which is loosely defined. This is it, something which is close to each one of us. Reason being, we have our own world which we have created. We enter a new college where few of us, we try to be the wannabes. Few of us who try to be, let not the world even see a glimpse of me. I'll just enter the college, finish my job, and I'll step back. Unfortunately, I was a combination of both. Coming from a very mindful introvert character, I don't want to be heard, seen, even though I want to be valued. And for to being valued, I have to be present. Thank God I was quite good in my academics. I ended up my post graduation being one of the most outstanding performer in my marketing department, awarded with a very beautiful trophy with flying colors. I passed an exam. So this is it was stagnant and particular movie title of my college life in all the three freshers party, because entered the college with that enthusiasm that I'll make it happen, but I'll also try not to be seen, heard, but I want to be valued. For being valued, I have to put some efforts, I have to put some input, and yeah, I'll attend my this is a title once I conclude the session. So thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmaster Kanksha.
After hearing you, Toastmaster Smriti, the title which I would like to give you after hearing you is Life Ho To Aisi. So up next, Toastmaster Kshitija, would you like to go next?
About my fresher party, so I joined college in Corona, so there were no fresher party, everything online. So I didn't had opportunity to do that fun. But when it comes to the farewell party, I was working in Delhi, so I couldn't attend that as well. Uh, and I'm in person very introvert. So as Smriti says, slightly my personality matches with her. Like I don't want it to be seen at all. So I just go in the college and in the last seat and just focus what's going on in the college and just coming back at home and studying. And I was active like in different zone, not linked with college, but like I was active on so many communities outside of the college. But I think this was a bad decision. I should be show up every single day. Making networking is most important thing I learned in when I started working. Overall learning was in college is like showing up, doing anything, even if you're failing. It's learning. So yeah, thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Kshitija. And definitely, it's clearly visible that you have carried your wisdom and your learnings with you. Toastmaster Anoop, you are the last person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think talking about freshers and farewells, I happen to be at one of the organizations, and they have a very beautiful ritual. So like every year, there are a lot of people who join organization as fresher, as interns, as people whom we train at organization, and later they get deployed. So initially, it used to be like there was one of our unit where unit had started a very different kind of precedence, right? Usually, what happens in freshers are welcome parties. There's a good vibe, good music. Then you have good food, drinks, and that's how you enjoy and get to interact with people. But the core objective always remains to drive engagement so that we get to know people well, we get to know each other well, and we provide some kind of comfort to everyone around us in the very same group, right? So the particular unit which I was talking about, they changed this completely. I mean, there was, in terms of welcome party, there was no more fancy parties doing all this stuff. All the new people who used to come, they used to start their day one with a lot of community work. So there are around 15, 20 odd new managers who have joined that unit. In terms of their fresher party, they were assigned some kind of specific community project. They'll go and deliver, they'll go and work there. And I think that drives a better kind of an engagement once you are there in I mean specific areas. For example, they were assigned, we had some kind of tie-up with a lot of NGOs where we go and train people, skill development, or teaching kids, are doing some kind of stuff, distributing some items. So once these people were given a specific task, okay, so this is the brief, you have to go in this particular area. These are the couple of objectives. These are the products. These are the add-ons what you can go and do. I think people then started forming their own set of group, distributing those responsibilities, and they always used to go and deliver it so well. So spending that one day, probably if If end objective was engagement and camaraderie, then probably this a very different kind of experiment always helped us to drive better results. So I think that is a very different kind of fresher or welcome party, which I have seen, and probably I would like to replicate that in my unit, and I also did that over a period of time. So that's all. Back to you, Tabletop Master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anu, for a very different view about Freshers Party. And so that was all from my side, being a table topic master for today's meeting. And now I would like to return control of the meeting to Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Akib.
Thank you so much. And before Toastmaster Akib takes the stage, you know the drill, Toastmaster Akansha. How can we leave the table topic master without giving a topic? So, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Toastmaster Akansha, you were speaking about freshers and all those college days, especially when we enter into it. My topic to you is convince all six of us that sleeping is more important than attending classes. Convince all of us that sleeping is more important than attending classes. Toastmaster Akansha.
So the thing is that even I am not convinced by this topic. I think that it's very important to attend classes, be on time, and to be a disciplined person, and sleep on time as well. So even I'm in a very contrary view with that. So according to me, a disciplined person will know how to manage the sleep schedule and to be on a time for the classes. So uh, for me, it's very hard currently, as being from a very different profession and entering to a very different profession. It's very tough for me, but still I'm somehow managing it. And with I think 2 to 3 hours of sleep a day from 2 weeks, I would say. But yeah, I am somehow managing it. And so discipline is the key, I would say. Sorry, Toastmaster Manvi. Thank you, and over to you.
Thank you so much. That was all from my side. Toastmaster Akib, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manvi, and welcome to MBA Toastmaster Akansha. You are not going to get more than 2-3 hours. That's the culture. Awesome. As I said, we'll have this is not a debate. It's like very quick version of sharing your thoughts in 60 minutes. So we don't have more than that. We'll have 2-3 pairs, which I'll define, and I'll give you a topic. One has to speak for, the other one has to speak against. So let me choose first pair. First pair is Toastmaster Chandana and Toastmaster Manvi.
I have a question. Is it 60 minutes or 60 seconds?
Second. The meeting is 2 hours. Seconds. Did I say minutes? I'm getting old. The topic is you hate your job, but it pays well and supports your family. You hate your job, but it pays well and supports your family. Manvi goes for, and Chandana would go against the topic.
When I am against the topic, I will speak. Why? I will still continue with the same job. Wondering why I am feeling pressurized and still going ahead with it for many years. The reason is I am the sole earner of my family, the only child of my family. And when it comes to parents specifically, I won't say expecting, but at least relying on you. I do have responsibilities. I do want to give them the best life, even though I can take all the burden that is there in my office. My parents should be happy, and that is the thing that I personally feel all the children nowadays think, even though they take all the pressure, they go ahead with it, but they do not let their parents know what exactly is happening in their office. They do not let what exactly they are feeling, and if they are getting a good amount of amount of money, they go ahead with it just for their parents' happiness. So, Master Chandna, what do you think?
Well, I do not really agree to you, Toastmaster Manvi, because for me, I love the job. I love the job which I am doing right now. And the reason for that is from a very young age, I knew that I have to work. So I kind of coached myself into liking my work. And I found that I actually like my work. I enjoy my work because that work is what gives me freedom to move to a different place, to live by myself, to take care of my life, to take care of my parents' life, as you also mentioned, to take care of my child's needs. Everything I am able to do with that job. And that is the reason that job is extremely important to me. And not only important, it is something which I really like. Because as I told you, that the importance of the job makes it important to me and something which I want to do. So the job, and again, here it brings me back to this question, you are learning, you are enjoying the work, and you're becoming more confident and more competent at it. So for me, the job is something I like, and at the same time, it takes care of me and my family. Thank you.
Thanks, Chandana and Toastmaster Manavi, for giving it the real flavor, because it is not a debate and it's not like fighting as well. So you guys took it in the right spirit. I am finding my next pair, which is Toastmaster Akanksha and Toastmaster Anup. The topic is your child wants to pursue arts instead of medicine. Medicine is something which you wanted. So, Akanksha first and then Anup. Over to you.
I've chosen the right person, Toastmaster Akim.
Exactly. That's what I was doing. Yes, Akanksha, go for it. 60 seconds.
As I have no experience of a child, I am not able to think what I can say. So please, can you change the pair or the question, maybe, please?
Question was designed for you. Pair is something I can change now. So we'll have Kshitija and Kshitija, do you have experience with kids?
I don't have experience.
Oh my God, what is happening today? But can you take this like as a Toastmaster? We are supposed to deceive and disguise, right? Like that is our job, core competency. So,
Okay,
would you
so
like to take this up?
okay, can you repeat the topic once more?
Your child wants to pursue art instead of medicine.
Okay, so I will say that there's a more opportunity in medicine. I strongly believe in my future child is that you will do greater in medicine instead of arts. Arts doesn't have that much opportunities in future, and once you complete your medicine, I will let you whatever you want. Your life will be sorted.
Awesome.
This is what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thanks. This is what they told me when I was going to take engineering.
Same
Yes.
happened with me, but I, in honestly, I'm against of it.
Cool. Over to you, Toastmaster Anup.
Child is taking arts instead of medicine, and okay. So, am I supposed to? I mean, I didn't get what you wanted me to speak for or against it.
You have to force the kid to take medicine.
I had to force kid to take medicine. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I think if discussion is happening with the kid, then probably I'll just go by your quote which you mentioned some time back, that every kid is different and there is a lot of exclusivity, and that is how life is. But if given I had to further explain to my kid, I'll go with the experience also which I have seen over the period of time. I know a couple of my friends who have been into arts, but luckily all the creative fields, I mean, you have very limited people who go and do well, right? So if I had to ask, I mean, even if it is your kid, if you have to ask, okay, name top 5 painters in the world, I'm pretty sure we'll end up with MF Hussain, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, we are going to take time. So in creativity, you have a lot of people who come, compete, and pursue that field. It is always good to pursue that as a hobby. But my experience also says that you need to have a stable career. Probably medicine as a field can give you a little more stable career. So my advice to kid would be, please go for medicine if you want stability and practical and pragmatic approach. Meanwhile, you can also pursue drawing or arts as an hobby, and if you excel there, you can also make a career there as well. So probably that is my take if I had to go and convince.
I think the right take, Toastmaster Anup. I am almost convinced now to take medicine, but sadly I've already taken engineering. But really nice way of explaining on the real stuff, which is why we are forcing kids to take medicine is because of the stability and the career which is going to unfold.
In fact, it also makes a lot of business sense. So I was listening one of the
Exactly.
podcast of Nikhil Kamath where he went on to explain this, right? If you have to get into a business, what kind of business you should get into? It is always more profitable and it looks more exciting that way to get into creative businesses, whether it is restaurant, whether it is arts, whether it is art gallery. But chances of success remain a little limited. But if you get into mechanical kind of a business, which is more to do so, basic trading business, you there are fair chances that at least you'll be able to get to a stable life. So if
Exactly.
stability is your preference, then that is your core area. But if you also want some kind of excitement, then of course you can also pursue a couple of things as your hobby in that stream.
Exactly. Thanks, Toastmaster Anup, for reminding me the podcast wherein he said, go for boring jobs, go for boring industries, because that is where you can make some margin. If you're going to a passionate field, if you're going for filmmaking, if you're going for painting, you cannot compete with passionate people because in the end there will be very few who are successful. So yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Anup, for bringing us with these thoughts, and let us move on in this session to see how far we have gone and what all feedbacks that we have to improve ourselves. So let us kick off the general evaluation session with Toastmaster Anup. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akib, and thank you, Table Topic Master Akansha, for all the engaging proverbs, quotes, and table topics. So I think all of us had enough chance to speak and share our perspective on those things. So thank you. Thank you for a very, very different kind of meeting and a very different kind of theme there. I'll come back and share my feedback, but before that, I would like to go to my team who have been taking notes very, very carefully what all we have done in this meeting and how we can collectively improve on certain areas, right? So I would like to call Toastmaster Chandana to share her grammarian report and help us with what all we can improve upon in this particular area.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anu. So for the grammarian's report, I was noting down some very, very fine quotations and statements. Before that, let me say that I really enjoyed this meeting, more so because I find myself in a place where I can learn more. All of you are very good speakers, so I did not really get a chance to get any areas where I can highlight for improvement. But yes, certainly I enjoyed listening to the amazing quotes. Toastmaster Smruti mentioned that you are the sum of your decisions. That is something I stand by myself. And it's so true for all of us. And I also liked when Toastmaster Akanksha opened her initial statement with purpose is the fuel of life. And another thing which Toastmaster Aqib reminded us of is another quote from Khalil Gibran: love them fully, but hold them loosely. I think we all need to do that for not only for our children, for everything, towards our partners, towards our achievements, and towards our assets. Everything should be held loosely. It should never become the most important thing in our lives. So, thank you all for sharing so many lovely thoughts with me. And as I said, I did not find anything worth improvement here. You all are good speakers. As far as the R counters report is concerned, I think I was the one who was using the maximum number of filler words. I need to improve and control my R's and M's. I did not find that from any of you. So thank you for a lovely evening. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Chandana. Thank you for that feedback, and happy to hear that you have enjoyed this meeting and it has been a productive one. So good to hear that. Now moving to our timers reports, I would like to call on stage, virtual stage, Toastmaster Smriti to share her report and feedback on areas of time management.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anup. Well, we timed only the table topic speeches today, not the debate one, because we tried to make sure that we are speaking for 60 seconds. So, for the table topic, I will share your respective time. But one thing I don't want to flag, but still I'm flagging here Toastmaster Rakib because he was in his skin of T-mod, where he was expressing his thoughts quite wisely. You did add a lot of points to your topic. However, the timing was something which was slightly beyond the set time. Rest, we all managed to be within time. Toastmaster Anup, we ended sharp at 2:30. I was just there. Let me stop the time the moment he says thank you. And it was dot 2:30. So if we can just quickly wrap it up. Considering TI, the Toastmasters International Timing Guidelines. One quick suggestion, not with timing, but what I noticed with respect to the table topic, the topic was quite known to each one of us. Initially, we started by asking the topic master that, is this what you want me to speak upon? And most of us, we started our speech with a sentence called, so, and that's how we started. Let's not do it, okay? All of us literally started by saying, and so, while starting our table topic today. Interestingly, that's my submission. I'm pasting the report on chat. Thank you so much for patiently enjoying this particular meeting. I give the stage back to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Nup. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Smriti, for that feedback. And good to hear that most of us have been able to adhere to timeline. Now, my take on today's meeting, couple of areas which I thought I'll quickly share the feedback, and then we get into voting part. Right? So I think we could manage the basic minimum quorum to start the meeting well on time. So we were there, and all of us were able to start well in, I think, 5:05 type, 4:05 kind of a time. So we had enough time to discuss quite a few areas. Now coming to two sections of the meeting. Now first about T-mod of the day. T-mod, the basic job of T-mod is to run the show. And I think Akib did that very brilliantly because we didn't had any prepared speeches. He had more time. And that is how he timed his section so that we are able to utilize these 2 hours well. So I think he kept a check on time, and he also went ahead and helped all of us to speak on those specific areas, specific proverbs, and I think all of us got benefited through that. So brilliant job on that, Toastmaster Akib. One area of improvement which I could see, I could pick up in this meeting. So while you were sharing those slides, I think, and then you're asking people to speak on it, probably once you have shared that code, slide can be taken off so that you get to see all the people who are on screen, and people also get some sense in terms of how what kind of response, what kind of feedback they're getting, that will further help on that area, right? Because slide was constant. It is the basic information was shared, and with that discussion, I think when speakers were speaking, probably slides can be taken off. That will help. That is one thing. Otherwise, it was very brilliant session, and you helped all of us to reflect on those important proverbs, important quotes, and it was very engaging that way. Now coming to table topic master Akansha, I think Akansha, as a table topic master, she has been doing a phenomenal job. In every meeting, there's something, some kind of new, some kind of fresh perspective she brings to this meeting. So very good job there, Toastmaster Akansha. My only request, I think, what Smriti said, but where I felt little lost was, although you spoke about the table topic in start of your discussion, but there are fair chances once you are in a virtual meeting, there might be few people who might not have paid that kind of attention on that particular moment. So it is always wise if we can just, even in a shorter form, if we can just reflect and remind people on the table topic, I think that will help them in a better way. So that was only one take. Otherwise, I think everyone could speak on that in a very meaningful way, and could contribute to this meeting collectively as a group, as a Toastmaster group and Toastmaster club. Probably we can improve collectively. That responsibility lies with all of us. I think Deepak has been doing that job, and it is us who are not adhering to it by opting for these roles well in advance. If we do that, probably we can make it more productive, and we can benefit in a better way from these particular meetings. So I think we have to support Deepak collectively, all of us, and that is how we can further improve quality of our meetings. So that's all my take on today's meeting. I think we are well on time. If Toastmaster Smriti, if you can help for the poll of best table topic master and role players, I think that will help.
Akib, would you like to wrap your segment or shall we proceed?
I have just few things to say before we close the session. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have heard some good quotations, and idea is not to just learn the quotation. Idea is to imbibe with those values on, and revisit all the good things that you're doing, like journaling and things which help you grow. To just sum up what Aristotle told us, he says that character is built in doing the stuff. Okay. Only when we start doing and getting our hands dirty, that is where character will build. Confucius, and it's not the whole Confucius, it's like few things that we discussed. They're basically saying that persistence matters way more than pace. Like you can be very fast and stop immediately, and do not achieve success. But if you are persistent, if you're consistent, you will achieve the stuff that you want to achieve. On the other hand, Gibran is more about soul. He was saying your soul is shaped by what you endure. So let us leave with these thoughts today and imbibe these learnings in our real life. Over to you, Toastmaster Smoothie.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akib. Can we please hear it for our Toastmaster of the day for the engaging session, and at the same time for each one of us for making this session fruitful? The meeting and the implementation was possible only because of 7 plus 1, Dave, 8 people who are in this particular room. Hence, with the presiding officer, we decided not to have any poll in this particular meeting because the acknowledgement goes to everybody. We all deserve equal response and appreciation for this execution. And on that note, since we have Toastmaster Manvi, so I would request her to officially close the presiding officer's remarks. Over to you, Toastmaster Manvi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Smriti, and thank you so much for making that announcement that we all deserve that acknowledgement to be there, especially when we are there till the end. and especially when max of us were on camera throughout. Thank you so much for making that happen. So before I officially close this meeting, I would love to hear your feedbacks. How exactly your experience was, what you liked, what we could have improved. We would love to hear from you. So starting with Toastmaster Chandana.
Hi. So as I said, I really, really enjoyed this meeting. I was missing a Toastmaster fraternity ever since I moved back to Lucknow. But I'm happy that I'm here with you all because I was quite impressed by the knowledge levels, by the speaking skills, and by the thought pattern of all of you. And quite enjoyed listening to you all, learning from you all. And I'm happy and wish to be with you all in future also. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chandana, for sharing your views. And when I saw you, to be honest, I remembered my one of my faculties who actually looked like you, who was very humble while you were speaking. So you reminded me of her, and she even was a Toastmaster. So she was even who was responsible. You can see me as a Toastmaster because of her, is what I can say. So thank you so much for being there, and thank you so much for even giving the resemblance to one of my favorite faculties. That was a very good experience having you today. Coming to Toastmaster Akib. Toastmaster Akib, how was your experience being the TMOD of the meeting?
I feel good. I think I'm doing TMOD after 2 years. Like it's been long time that I've done TMOD, and I've been trying to find a slot just because I'm no longer active. I haven't got chance, and I don't prepare so much as well. I don't have enough time to prepare. But today was such match made in heaven day for me, is that I was able to quickly arrange some slides and build some thoughts on how to run the show. And I also really love the uh, warmth that we have here in the meeting. And that's what I was like, that is how you run these kind of shows wherein engagement has to be really top notch. Otherwise, I would be just speaking and preaching, which like, I'm not supposed to preach. So just because you all came out and you were all sharing your thoughts, your personal stories, this becomes a very memorable moment. And what I've also felt through my journey of public speaking, I can go and watch 10, 15 hours of podcast, and those things will not remain with me. Like I will not learn much. But these sessions, these quick sessions of 2 hours, give so much for you to remember because of the engagement level. You will remember this for like very long, and you might use some of these quotations, some of these words, vocabularies in your real life, the learning, the journey, the memory of others saying, hey, I used to do journaling. All of this, they really help a lot when you do these kind of settings. So I am thankful to this club for giving me this opportunity and a platform for me to perform Postmaster of the Day after so many long days, like 700 days kind of. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Akib, and we are glad that you actually took the main role, that too as a Toastmaster of the Day after 2 years, and that too in our club. Thank you so much for being there and so much for supporting. We would love to have you as one of our members in TMCL now, because it has been a really long time since we usually have you in the meeting as major role players, helping us, engaging all of us like you did today. So we would love to have you as part of our club as well super soon. Thank you so much. Now I would like to hear from Kshitija. This Master Kshitija, how was your experience?
It's awesome. Like initially, I was a little bit shy, but now onwards, I think I will work more on contribution. I know I'm not contributing that much, but I will work on that. Uh, Second thing, I am learning a lot. The atmosphere is so positive, and so people are cheering each other, and lots of learning. So thank you so much for this great, uh, like. Uh, where we all learning, and we are not fearing about sharing anything. So yeah,
Mm.
thank you.
Thank you so much. And I do resonate with what you were saying because when I joined, I even used to stay off camera, only speak when someone actually known to me asked me to speak. So I can resonate with what you were saying, Toastmaster Kshitija, and that's okay. We are here. We actually are a space wherein we all make each other comfortable. So do come on cam, do unmute and speak with us. We would love to hear from you in upcoming future as well. And thank you so much for officially opening the meeting today and being there till the end. Thank you for that. I can see Toastmaster Anoop. Toastmaster Anoop, how was your experience today?
It was very nice, and I think between Akib and Akansha, they have been able to help us to speak on a lot of, I mean, on very different kind of topics, and all of us were able to get a lot of airtime that way. And meeting was quite engaging, and people have shared their own perspective, their own stories. That always makes it engaging. So it was good fun to be part of this meeting, and I think collectively we also improved and learned in our communication journey for the very objective for which we gather here. So I think we get to hear and learn from each other. So that is how that it has been a productive evening that way. Yeah.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for helping us as an impromptu role taker today as well. We actually were blessed having you because we didn't had GE and you took up the opportunity and helped all of us with your suggestions. That was amazing. Thank you so much for being there.
Thank you,
Toastmaster
Toastmaster.
Akansha, I can see you after a very long time in our meeting today. Where were you and how was your experience?
I'm really sorry that I was not very much present in the past meetings as I was shifting, shopping, and many things were going on parallel. So basically, I have to shift to Mumbai for my MBA, and also I was practicing many skills. So priorly Excel, so it's quite new for me. So I'm giving it a good time to be uh, like good through it. And I would like to thanks each and every speaker in today's meeting, as well as who are not present here today. Uh, because I have learned many things. I think it's been around 6 months, less than 6 months now, that I've joined Toastmasters, and I can see huge improvement in my speaking. Although I have lot to learn, still a lot to learn, but I can clearly see a clear, prominent difference, which I used to be earlier, as Toastmaster Kshitija also mentioned, that even I used to stay away from the spotlight, that uh, I just didn't want to speak up, and I wanted to be in the back seat. So I have pushed my limits, and today I'm here, and I'm really happy to be in such a positive environment and Toastmaster Manvi to push me with my limits with each and every meeting from the very beginning. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much. And I was expecting today's meeting experience, but thank you so much for sharing your experience from the time you joined Toastmasters. It was actually wonderful hearing you. Now I even can see Toastmaster Dev, but I'll not give him the stage because he joined towards the end of the meeting. So Toastmaster Dev, if you want to share your feedback, please be there in the next meeting. And we would love to have you as a main role taker as well in our next meeting. But on the other hand, thank you so much everyone who joined in and who was there till the end, even though we are 6 minutes over time. Thank you so much for being there and being there on camera with all your smiles still there on your faces and encouraging each other for be in during the meeting especially. That was our today's meeting of Toastmasters Club of Lucknow. We would now meet next Sunday, that is 21st, and we would love to see you all there. Officially, I now adjourn the Toastmasters Club of Lucknow's meeting.